All right, folks, here we are with our all-in-one part 2 video. So we're working on our wake-up drill, the drill before bedtime, and this is the continuation of the G1 Q-tip of the day from the first video. So in the first video, I went over the beginning of what would be like an ideal connection versus an ideal pattern. And what hopefully you have figured out is that the idea of a connection is a little simpler than the idea of a pattern in terms of moving the cue ball. Not necessarily your mind, because your whole life you've really been trained in the art of pattern play when it comes to 8-ball, not connection play. So as you can see here, I just laid out a whole bunch of balls here, and our opponent was very nice to scratch and give us ball in hand on the ball before the 8. So we have ball in hand, and we can put this anywhere that we want. So what I want you to start to think about in terms of connection play, okay, is how to run specific balls and how to protect yourself from getting out of line. Okay, so as we look around through here, okay, I see a basic pattern that's going to open up the entire rack. I see the 4 in the side, and I see the 2 in the side, and then I see the 6 ball in the side. Okay, now when we do these shots are going to be fairly easy. They're going to be stop shots. We're going to stop the cue ball here, and then we're going to stop the cue ball, maybe stun it just a tad here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stop the cue ball there. Now what I'm talking about with connections, age yourself to know, let's say you screw up for whatever reason. Okay, what balls are available to you in the event that you screw up? So let's put the ball boom right here. Okay, now you're a beginning player, and you have just had a timeout call from your coach who says, hey, all you got to do is stop the ball and you're out. You say, okay, well, you don't really know how to stop the ball, and you wind up going too far. So let's say you were to shoot the 4, you were to wind up right here. So the 4 ball's gone. Well, you went too far. Okay, so now the cue ball is going to come this way. Well, you don't want it to come this way, but guess what? Shooting the 4, that left you your 1. Okay, so you have a backup ball in order to try to return back to the type of pattern that you want. So now when we're choosing balls, let's say we draw back too far. Okay, well, if I shoot this and I draw back too far, I've obviously gone too far now because I wanted to play the 2 in the corner, but here's what, or the 2 in the side, but here's what people miss, right? As I'm drawing the ball backwards, you see the 2 ball goes in the corner, but we don't look at that. You see, that's a backup ball. It's a backup plan. That's why we shoot the connection of the 4 and the 2. Because if we go too far, we have a bailout ball. If we draw the ball, okay, we have a bailout ball. That's why in this case, this isn't a pattern, this is a connection. But we're going to stop this ball anyway, just so you can see here. I choose the 4 because once I kill this ball, the 3 ball goes here, the 1 ball goes here, the 5 ball goes there, and the 7 ball goes here. So when I'm picking out my pattern, this becomes a very safe shot, because if I screw up, I have so many opportunities to continue my run. Now, when I go to the 2 ball, okay, it's going to be the same deal. I'm going to try to move the cue ball real slightly over, but here's the truth. By shooting the 2, I know that I've got the 7 ball. I know that. Okay, by shooting the 2, I know if I start to go too far, I know I've got the 1 ball. See, if I continue to go too far, I know I've got the 3 in the side. I know I've got the 6 in the corner. So you see, by playing these types of patterns, we're building connections throughout the pool table. So if you ever wondered why your player that you thought about earlier, man, they make this look really easy. Well, that's because in most cases, subconsciously, they see everything that I'm explaining to you. But it just so happens when I play a game of 8-ball, I pick out my balls based on what we're talking about now. So now, I'm going to move the cue ball slightly. Okay, so now you see, like, I went too far, but this is okay because I can control the cue ball still. So now we're opening up the middle of the table to try to give us a better opportunity to get out of the rack. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to shoot the 6. I've got all these balls on the table. I'm not going to cream the ball, but I'm going to hit it a little nonchalantly. I really don't care how far it goes. And that's because I've got so many options. Let's say I smoke the ball and the cue ball comes all the way down here. Well, I got the 1 in the side, and guess what? I got the 7 in the side too. They're tighter shots, but you can still make them. You can also see that the 7 ball is going to go down here in the corner. I don't know if the 1 goes in the corner. The 1 even goes in the corner. So you see, this is a safe shot for a player that's just learning how to pocket balls. But we're not going to smoke it. We're just going to hit it kind of nice here. Okay, so now I got here, and as you can see, I've got 3 balls waiting for me that are pretty strong. Okay, nothing that's really crazy. So now it's about picking a pattern per se that's going to give you the best option to get out of the rack. Now the 5 ball is the closest to the 8 ball. So if I shot this ball last, the 8 ball would be committed to going over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now when I look around, I think, okay, if I can control the cue ball in the littlest way possible, okay, while leaving myself for the most shots, if I wanted to do this, even though I want to shoot the 5 last, the 5 is still a backup ball. So I'm going to shoot the 1, and I'm going to plan to shoot the 3 ball. Okay, so the cue ball is going to come off the rail, and it's going to start to return this way for the 3 ball. But if I don't like the 3 ball at any point in time because I got too far this way, I can still shoot the 5. Okay, I can still shoot the 5 in a fashion to bring the cue ball this way to where maybe I could shoot the 3 in the side. We have to protect ourselves when we're playing a pattern type of game. And when we work on connections, my connection right now is the 1 to the 5 because the 3 is in that connection. I'm trying to play shape on the 3, but my connection here is the 1 to the 5. So I'm going to play this connection, but my goal is to shoot the 3. Uh-oh, we missed a ball. Pretend you didn't see that. Okay, we're going to try that again. Took my eye off the prize there. All right, so didn't miss. Erase that from your mind here. Okay, bring the cue ball off the rail. Okay, now, here's a prime example here. Notice I didn't get as far as I wanted to. Okay, but now, instead of shooting the 3, okay, we got a plan, right? We have to shoot our planned balls, right? No, we don't. We don't really. This is when you see a player change their mind. You have been taught playing a game of 8 ball that changing your mind is not right. This game, you change your mind 9 times most of the time. And the good players, you just would never know it because they play such good position. So now I'm going to shoot the 5 ball here. Okay, and I'm going to plan to come to the rail and back out. Okay, because as I come through here, if I don't hit it hard enough, I'm going to have the 3 ball on the side. As it starts to come this way, I'm going to have the 3 ball in the corner. Okay, and then as I start to come back out, I'm going to have the 3 in the side, which is the shot that I want, per se. Okay, and then if I keep going, I'm going to be able to shoot the 6 in the corner, too. Okay, and then if I really keep going, if I get all the way over here, if I hit this ball so sweet it comes off the rail and back, I'm going to be able to come around 3 rails and play the 7 ball. So let's try the 5 ball. Now we're just going to try and make the 5. Okay, make the 5. Hit it with a little love. Okay, so I hit that really, really good. See? So now I got a choice here. I can shoot my 6. See, I left myself for both balls. I didn't play super good shape to try to get right here. Boom. I let the ball go because I knew I would have shape on one of these 2 balls if I did that. So now it looks like we want to leave the 3 ball last. And we have a pretty good shot here on the 7 ball to allow us to get shape on the 3. So I'm just going to come off the rail here. I'm going to try and make this ball. Get out here. Okay, so I got out there. Let's see, am I straight in? Nope, I'm even better. Okay, I want to be coming this way because now I'm going to play the 8 ball over there. See, by making the change, I still left a ball that was down there, and I'm still able to possibly get out of the rack. And now we're going to come down through here, Not going to hit it real hard here. Just going to try to kill the cue ball. It's like that. Okay, so now, shoot the 8 in the corner. Now, where some of you are probably thinking, okay, this guy's crazy. I'm really not, because I'm telling you, I love 8-ball. I play 8-ball like this. I play 8-ball very well, in my opinion, as a player. A lot of players will tell you that I play 8-ball very well. Well, in the mind of an 8-ball player, how many times have you sat there and watched a good 8-ball player and say, they make it look too easy? See, those players, folks, they'll never tell you how many times they screwed up in a rack because they made it look easy. Okay, now, are you going to have these good players that are going to be able to put the cue ball spot on and get out? Sure. Watch your AccuStats videos. Watch your streams of some world-class players roll their eyes after a shot, and then they still get out of the rack. Do you think that that was by accident? Sure, every once in a while, they might accidentally see a ball that they weren't planning to see, but just because they're irritated like this doesn't mean that they didn't leave themselves a plan B. Okay, and this is one of the things that I love teaching people, so if you are ever interested in learning, get a hold of me and we'll talk patterns for sure, okay, and we'll talk connections for sure. But this is your video 2 of the G1 Q tip of the day. Hopefully, if you don't understand it, you contact me and I'll help make your 8-ball game stronger. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching.